This tree is a Carpinus koreana, or a Korean hornbeam. I bought it for $100 in a bonsai nursery, and I think it's about 8 to 9 years old. So it's fall right now, and fall is a really good time to do this kind of maintenance work to the tree. About 80% of the leaves have already fallen off, and the remaining 20% will fall off very soon. So today I'm going to prune and wire, and any repotting will wait until the next early spring. To reduce the height of the tree, I'm going to shorten it by removing the old apex. So this branch here will be the new apex. So I'm going to prune this section. So another branch that I want to get rid of is this one. Is growing first towards you and then away from you, so I don't really like that as well. I'm just going to remove this branch here. Right, and one more cut is this branch here. I could use some wire and bend it away, but it's a little bit too thick for the position in the apex of the tree, so I want branches to be thinner towards the apex. This is just too big. So I'm going to remove it, and I'll leave this branch right there. I'll leave a small stump just to make sure that it doesn't die back into the branch that I want to keep in my design. All right, and one more cut that I want to make is right here in the big back branch. Let's see, for sure to here, probably a little bit more, but my next step is to take off the remainder of the leaves. These are falling off anyway because it's fall right now, so I'm just expediting this process a little bit. I'm just going to remove all these leaves, perhaps do a bit more pruning, but really the next job is wiring. And then, like I said, repotting will wait until the spring, and it will look really nice to place this in a bonsai pot as well.
Try to select pairs of branches that are more or less of the same thickness, and wire these with one piece of wire. Start with wiring the main branches and slowly work your way up the tree. Smaller and thinner branches need a thinner wire as well.
Alright, finished wiring the entire tree. There's only a few old stumps that I still want to remove, but that's pretty much it. So the next step is setting the branches in position, and we're finished with this tree for now. So in the next early spring, I'll repot this into a nice bonsai pot and perhaps give it a bit more pruning as well, but really the tree is close to the end result that I have in mind. and I think this will be a really nice, elegant tree.
Deciding on the design of a bonsai isn't always easy, especially when a tree is as full and overgrown as this plant. Try to apply the pruning guidelines we just mentioned to your own trees. And if you are interested to learn more about these techniques, consider enrolling in one of our online bonsai courses. Here, expert teachers explain the relevant techniques, and you can ask them questions. For a free lesson, go to bonsaiempire.com/courses.
So we're back in the garden 6 months after its initial styling. We pruned, wired the tree last fall. So right now it's early spring. The tree hasn't started to grow yet, but you can see a lot of fine buds, and it's looking very good. So the tree is ready to be placed in a bonsai pot. So the repotting is something we like to do in early spring. I have a few pot options for the tree, but it all depends on how the roots are doing. So before we make that decision, we'll take the tree out of the pot and work on the roots and see how big the root mass is. Some options for pots that I have is a bright and oval green one, and an alternative would be a bit more subdued, still glazed brown pot, also oval. So let's see the condition of the roots. So the tree is planted, it seems to mostly Akadama and a bit of pumice as well, I think, and some organic matter. So it was grown as a bonsai, obviously. Today the soil mix that we use will be completely inorganic. We use a mixture of Akadama, pumice and lava rock in equal parts, which is inorganic and very easy draining, and that's good to the health of trees, especially when planted in small bonsai pots.
The two pots I showed you earlier I think are on the small side, also because the tree is still in development and I want it to be healthy and grow strong. I think this pot actually is a better size for the tree. I don't like the color shape that much, so eventually we'll have to repot it into a smaller pot also, but for now I selected this blue pot. Next we prepare the pot by covering the drainage holes with a mesh. We also attach two long wires, which will be used to anchor the tree to the pot firmly. We add a layer of soil before placing the tree into the pot. The soil mixture we use is a blend of akadama, lava rock and pumice. You can read more about bonsai soil on our website, bonsaiempire.com. Place the tree slightly off-center in the pot and make sure to plant it at the right angle. Using the two long wires, we firmly attach the tree to the pot.
Alright, we have finished styling this tree, pruned and wired it and just repotted it. The only thing we have to do now is watering. We repotted the tree 7 months ago and it's doing very well. Long extensions. I didn't prune in summer. I could have done that. That would have made for a second flush of growth, so it would be a little denser. But I chose not to touch it and wait until today with the camera to show you how the tree is doing. So it's very healthy. It's mid-fall now, going into November. So an excellent time to do this kind of work, pruning and wiring. We won't touch the roots, of course, we just repotted the tree. So today is about pruning and setting these branches in position. So all these long shoots here, it's very simple. I'll just prune it back to the first two sets of leaves, the first pair of leaves. So I couldn't do that throughout the entire tree. But there is one decision that we didn't make last time. It was this branch. So it's going, it's crossing the main trunk here, and that's never really. It's not according to the book. It's not. It's against the rules. But last time I decided to keep it because this section is also very straight. So this branch distracts that straightness a little bit. But looking at it today, I just really dislike this branch, so I'm going to prune it anyway. This section of the trunk is very straight and there's not much I can do it. There's not many branches that I can use to camouflage it, so for now it's just going to be a feature of this tree. It's an imperfection. But this branch, it's going to have to come off. I'll remove that stump later on. So next up, prune all these long shoots back to the first pair of leaves. Add a bit of wire here and there, but that's all for now. So what the tree will do going into winter and then in the next spring, it will push out a lot of new shoots in new places, and that will help me to make this tree a bit more compact and full. So by pruning, we induce much finer growth throughout the tree.
Learn how to create your own bonsai trees by enrolling in one of our online bonsai courses. We explain techniques like pruning, wiring and repotting, and you can ask questions to the teachers. For the curriculums and free lessons, go to bonsaiempire.com/courses.